You're listening to the Toledo City Paper, reader and radio listener, voted Best of Toledo 2022 for Best Radio Show and Best Podcast.
Sometimes you're just going to suck.
This is Randomosity,
Toledo's only
vinyl radio show.
Is this supposed to be advice?
No, I'm just rambling.
That is Queen from Night at the Opera, Bohemian Rhapsody, live here on Randomosity, Toledo's only vinyl radio show for the Pride Hour. Sugar Vermont in studio. How's it going?
It's going fabulous. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and this is such a pleasure. When I first pitched this to you, you literally were like, oh my God, yes. So you were like all excited
I was
about
like, immediately, yes.
Talking about LGBT artists of the past who paved the way. You know, you heard Queen at the top, Freddie Mercury, incredibly influential in the world of rock and roll and really culture. I mean, Freddie, there's a commercial that's airing right now, and I think it's for Amazon, where the girl's sitting in her bedroom and she sees the Freddie Mercury bobblehead, and she goes and buys the jacket that Freddie used to wear on stage, and she like starts dancing in class with it.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, Freddie was a huge influence.
And influential today. I mean, Lady Gaga got her name from the song Radio Gaga. It's everybody gets inspiration. Wade Mercury, he is a male stripper here in Toledo, and he got it for Freddie Mercury too.
Did you hear that? Male stripper coming and telling them?
Okay, I'm excited. Freddie Mercury to be inspiring people, honey.
Freddie Mercury, man, that's the thing. Like, Freddie was so big,
so talented. That voice.
Talking about you not only having the food truck, but you're also, I guess, a drag artist.
Yeah.
And you've traveled all over the country, performing literally everywhere.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always like that, and you had to start somewhere. So if you wouldn't mind telling us a little bit about what made you want to do all that and how all that came to be.
Okay, well, thank you for that question, because it's going to tie perfectly into the artist I'm going to talk most about. I started performing drag at 5 years old. I put my dog's tennis shoes in my shirt. I slapped on a pink checkered hand-me-down apron from my mother, and I performed Dolly Parton's cassette tape to the neighborhood children. That's how gay I was. So here's the Dolly album for those watching online. Rhinestones and Diamonds, baby. Oh, love it. So that was my first foray into drag. 5 years old, my dog's tennis balls on my t-shirt, a towel wrapped on my head, and baby, I couldn't stop me from there. Obviously, right now we have the culture wars where you have one side trying to demonize drag queens and make that a big deal.
Right.
I don't know if that's necessarily a direct correlation to RuPaul's Drag Race, although I guess you could say that RuPaul's Drag Race normalized it enough to make it scary to those people. So I guess in that way, maybe. But I mean, I really think that all of this drag queen backlash and nonsense and trying to legislate against it is blowing back in a really fun way. I don't think most people walking down the street really care.
Right.
I think it's the politicians who are really latching on in one of the last gasps of the culture war, like, oh God, how can we divide people so they will fight with each other instead of asking for health care? Let's get the drag queens. Whatever you want to do as a politician, do it. I would just ask, instead of picking on drag queens who ain't doing nothing but shaking their tatas to Dolly Parton, perhaps fix the economy. Perhaps get me some health care. Call me crazy. Gosh, I remember seeing Bette Midler on the Rosie O'Donnell show growing up, and she had that song, I'm Beautiful, Damn It. Oh, that spoke to my young, gay, homosexual soul so much. And it's so interesting, because I'm talking about, watching her on Rosie O'Donnell, but, like, Rosie O'Donnell could not be out of the closet while the Rosie O'Donnell show was on.
That is true.
And a couple of years before that, I mean, I grew up watching TV in a time where you could literally, you could not be gay on TV. And this is not long ago, this is 30 years ago. Ellen got fired for being the first open lesbian on television, and she was fired for it. Yeah. And here I am on Facebook Live streaming and on your radio show, and I did the Great Food Truck Race, and it's so interesting and so cool how fast the culture has moved and changed towards acceptance, because we have went from you can't be gay on TV to Sugar Vermont slinging mac and cheese in like 25 quick years, honey.
And winning awards, by the way.
Yeah, yes. It's really cool to think about, period.
And I just love in general. I don't care who you love. I love love.
I love it. Although I love it. Although technically, I will say, like, I love, like, Toledo loves love. It's all amazing, but I'm like, I'm a little apathetic towards love. Actually, I'm about that single life.
Yeah.
Listen, single Pringle.
Yeah, ooh, a single Pringle. She sounds crunchy.
Single Pringle.
The doctor is in. This is Randomosity.
I listen on Alexa.
Anywhere I need. Anywhere I want.
This is Randomosity, Toledo's only vinyl radio show.